It's a Christmas miracle, a new camera angle. Let me tell you a story about how we ruined Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays, everyone. And to those edgy people who don't celebrate anything, happy Friday. I hope everyone's been enjoying their time off from work and school. I know I am because I'm back home from college and I finally put out a video. Sorry. Quick note before this video starts, I have a new song coming out New Year's. It's called Turn to Dust. You can pre-save it via the first link in the description. It's the first single off my debut album Aphelion, so go pre-save it. It means the world to me, but we'll talk about this later. There's plenty of fun Christmas movies we can watch today. We can watch National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, a movie my family watches every Christmas. There's Elf, another classic. There's Rapsittie Street Kids Believe in Santa is a fucking enigma made by people with actual careers. The film is said to be released in December 2002, which, if true, is the same month and year I was born. Why is everything awful I talk about from 2002? Now, my relationship with this film is a very long and loving one. In fact, this is not even my first video I've made on this movie. But let me give you the official timeline of the Syonide Christmas lore. 2015, Critical makes a video about Rapsittie Street Kids. I watch it, I laugh, and I desire to watch this film, but I don't for another 2 years. 2017, I, along with two of my friends, finally watch and review this film together for my old YouTube channel, The Terrible Movie Trio, a YouTube channel I used to run with two of my friends. It's not the best video. It's full of inside jokes that no one will get. You can't hear me at all, except for the time I used the R word, apparently. What the fuck? Now, me saying that was not cool, and I don't use that word anymore, but it makes sense why I did at the time, because I was 14. The age where basic human empathy doesn't exist yet. But besides my problematic past, if you feel like suffering through that subpar video, my editing has improved greatly since then, because I used to use Coral Video Studio Pro, which is a linear editing program, which means you have to go from the start to end. You can't do anything in advance. What the fuck? Why would you make a linear edit? Enough about that. That movie didn't leave my psyche for a while, until it did. Now, those were a very happy almost 3 years where I forgot about it in 2018. Now I was really enjoying it. Until December 2020. This is not about quarantine, don't get your hopes up. My friends over at Sour Pack watched this video for their Christmas special and inadvertently reminded me that this movie exists. Fuck you. Every time I think it's gone, it comes back. Now this leads us to today, December 24th, the final time I will talk about Rapsittie Street Kids. Until I probably talk about it again in some other capacity. Now, before I review this movie, there are some things we need to address that make this movie so much more magical than it already is. And I don't say this lightly, but I think this movie is an SCP. For one, this movie aired only once on national television, so this thing was meant to go to the Shadow Realm, never to be heard from ever again. However, someone managed to grab the director's copy and upload it to YouTube for everyone to enjoy. Second, the creator and director, Colin Slater, has pretty much disappeared off the face of the earth. On the internet, there is next to nothing about this man. Of the very little we know about this man, he has an IMDb page where he's claimed to produce 2,000 hours of television and nearly 4,000 hours of film and television scores. Now, we can't confirm any of this with him because he apparently died in 2019. R.I.P. buddy. Third, at the end of this movie, when we see directed by Colin Slater in Comic Sans, of course, the snowman winks is an inside joke from the animators, as Slater reportedly did jack shit during the making of this film. Fourth, the voice cast is loaded to the brim with talent. I'm talking Luke Skywalker, The Little Mermaid, Bart Simpson, Belle from Beauty and the Beast, the Black Power Ranger, Danny Phantom, and not one of these motherfuckers remembers recording any lines for this movie. Mark Hamill in his Reddit AMA said that he did so many gigs around the time that he has zero recollection of this movie. Fifth, the production of this movie was so insane, they had to make a 40-minute special in 4 months with a program no one knew how to operate, so they weren't able to storyboard. They literally credit a chief science engineer at the end. One character's voice line's completely corrupted, and they didn't even bother to check it. And one of the animators claims the director kept creepily inching closer to her while she animated. This film's a masterpiece. Now, I could keep going on, but there's a fantastic Polygon article detailing this entire mess, which I recommend you check out. Please go read that because it's finally time to get into reviewing SCP-RSK. I couldn't find any available numbers for this joke, and I was not about to make an account on the SCP website just for this 2-second joke. We all believe in Santa. Now, this present from God himself starts off with an intro that I can't even prepare you for.
Oh, Jesus God. It's gonna be a great movie. Oh my God, is that Alcatraz at the back? Oh my God! No way! No fucking way!
May I mention, there's no menu, so this is the first thing you see when you pop in this disc. The music in the intro is absolutely insane. It sounds like The Green Knight if it was a horror movie about Christmas. which I mean, I guess is the Green Knight. Ricky, our main character, who looks like someone trying to make a voodoo doll of Denzel Curry from memory, walks off the bus and starts rapping. The instrumental is surprisingly experimental for a 2000s Christmas movie.
If to please others, Santa, this is how I'm living. But if you kindly find the time, deliver gifts 7, 8, and 9 from my list. I'm not selfish, I'm just driven.
Feeling a strong 8 to a light 9.
I love how Ricky's sudden melodic shift in his verse piques the ever-loving shit out of the microphone.
You ready, Santa Claus, to start decking the halls with gifts?
So now that we heard the verse that got him rejected from 3-6 Mafia, we get a glimpse into just how perfect the animation is. As Ricky stares at the disarray that is the display window, he realizes he has only 3 quarters, so he can't buy anything, and goes home looking like he's Chucky. Ricky terrifyingly ascends up the stairs and then proceeds to kick a basketball out of existence. This looks like the animator was like, I didn't pass physics. We then see a photo of his deceased mom looking coked out of her fucking mind. We can then see that the coke use is hereditary because we then camera blur into a scene of Ricky giving Nicole the bear his mom gave him, and it's terrifying because it's just flying around them while they give each other terrifying looks. After Ricky comes down from his fun night at Coke, we then cut to Rapsittie Street Elementary, where their school motto is striving for excellence, which is probably one of the greatest visual jokes in this movie because you can tell they didn't intend for it. Now, there's so much that goes on in this scene. Smithy chucks a goddamn dinosaur at Nicole. Emo Kid and Todd throw ornaments at Ricky as he juggles the ornaments and then proceeds to chuck them at the tree while rapping, and they stick perfectly to the tree. And during this entire scene, if you look at the extras, you'll see they're standing completely still and not blinking, which is ominous. Ricky then proceeds to trip over his own shoes into the tree, and every glass ornament falls and breaks on his face. How he is not sent to the ER is beyond me.
Now sit down, please.
Yeah, Ricky. Don't you know how to sit? Or can you only fall down?
That's cool. Spin round and round and find the ground. Pow!
Do I even need to say anything? As JFK unfortunately drives by to his death outside the school, Mrs. Parmington tells the kids that they'll give each other gifts after recess. At recess, Nicole twists these 2 snowman's nipples at the same exact time. Todd no-scopes Smithy with a snowball. He fucking dies. Smithy then revives himself and gets back at Todd with a targeted snowball, which you can tell it's targeted because it literally switches direction. Smithy and Todd have a romantic chase scene where they fall in love. Ricky compliments Nicole on her skating. Nicole rejects Ricky, and Nicole and Lene T-pose away to establish dominance. As the kids go back inside after fun recess, Todd starts to deep throat Smithy's sandwich, which pisses him off, and they start fucking in the class.
Oh, hey, that is so cool. I wish I had one. Here.
Bitch. Now I'm gonna play this next scene for you in its entirety, and I want you to answer one question. What the fuck is going on?
Ow, ow! Miss Parmington, get him away from me!
Get him away from me.
That means he likes you. He just doesn't know he does.
Yeah, Mrs. Parmington.
Class, I need your attention. And I need the calm fairy to dust this room.
This is such a great time of year, Miss Parmington.
Oop, time's up. Did you catch it? All right, your answers are A, what the fuck? B, what the fuck? C, what the fuck? D, what the fuck? E. The answer was C, as in Rapsittie. Don't unsubscribe. So as the class is dismissed, Ricky brings up that we can learn something about giving from Santa. And Nicole's eyes do this. Nicole doesn't believe in Santa and asks Ricky, does Santa shop at the mall? And then answers her own question with this.
So that makes me perfect, since all of my presents come from the mall.
You're perfectly weird, Nicole.
Got him! Ricky then proceeds to give Nicole the teddy bear that's so cherished to him. Nicole asks him if he's lost his mind, and then Ricky does the radio rebel face. Ricky then proceeds to run to the road, presumably to get hit by a high-speed car. We then cut to 2 clip art photos on top of this disturbing 3D dystopia. Nicole proceeds to make fun of Ricky for being poor, and Ricky's grandma knows just what to say.
See, for the kids nowadays.
I didn't say it was correct. Yeah, nearly all of Great Grandma's lines got corrupted in the final render, and no one noticed, which is why it sounds like she's always spitting bars. Ricky, who is writing a wish list for Santa in front of the brightest candle ever made, asks for a video box and asks Santa to send toys to all the kids in his class, meaning that Ricky's a socialist. As Ricky goes to drop his letters off at the mailbox, his letter to Santa goes sicko mode and starts flying in the most comical way, and he doesn't notice somehow. I gotta say, the sound design of this movie makes it feel like it's one of those analog horror videos you find at 2 a.m. Never mind, the real horror in this film is the animation.
That's so last year. I suppose the tooth fairy still comes for your baby teeth.
Anyways, as Nicole runs back to her mansion, we can see, holy fuck, why is the mom so genuinely terrifying? Okay, we're gonna redo that analog horror bit from earlier because I just got a great idea. So after that horrifying nightmare, we cut to Nicole in her bedroom and,
Look at me, look and you'll see the best kid in the world. Look at me.
I know this film is technically a musical, but how does this sound out of place? After Nicole spends an unrealistic amount of time singing to herself, her eagle eyes notice this white envelope buried in a bed of white snow and realizes that it's from Ricky and that she's a piece of shit. Well, cool can forget all about that shit because great grandma comes back, and I think my buddy AJ put it best.
That's racist.
I love how all three of these bullies have different microphones.
Do they take credit cards?
Yeah, the poor little princess is turned into a garbage man.
Nicole.
Now watch me whip. Watch me nay. Smithy, Lene, and Nicole are all trying to find Ricky's bear, and Ricky says that the trash man probably put them in the storage area downstairs. And then this happens.
Smithy!
I love creeping out creepy girls.
You will be black and blue if anyone hears about this. Now keep looking.
I'm definitely going to throw this outfit away. Not to mention have my nails done.
Your nails? Gee, I will never understand girls. Being a boy is definitely better.
Smithy is a girl boss. After the discount mystery gang leaves the storage area, they go to the nearby leftover car scrapyard with a toilet out in the open for some reason. We then get the most epic chase scene while two of the tiniest dogs who are also invisible in the world chase our three protagonists. Something I neglected to mention is that Todd and his two goons are following them for some reason, and there's no way to get around them without being mauled to death, presumably. But Smithy gets the dogs to attack the bullies by spiraling his foot-long sandwich at the bullies. And now these dogs, that I can only assume are radioactive from their colors, are chasing them out of the scrapyard, and the scene ends. Good again. They make it back to Ricky's house, and Nicole apologizes to him, wanting to give the bear back to him, saying that it means more to him than her. But Ricky says that friendship is just as important as well, which is cool and all, but your dead mom gave that to you? We then cut to Lene's family and learn that her grandma is female Bren Franklin, who is going for a handshake that Lene's mother refuses to give.
I want a pony for Christmas. Santa can just put it in the backyard and tie it to the apple tree, okay?
I feel like this is what happens if you try to stretch one of those bowling screen strike animations to a feature-length film. Now there's another musical break, which sucks.
There will always be a Santa if I believe in Santa. Daddy, tell me you believe in Santa too. And if we all believed in Santa, there will always be a Santa. Santa alive inside of me and you.
Because we all believe in Santa, there will always be a Santa. Santa alive inside of me and you.
Good night, Daddy.
Way to ruin the mood with this unfortunately sexual tone. Well, congratulations, everyone. It's holiday Christmas. Nicole opens up her present to see it's the video box Ricky asked for, and she realizes she has to give it to him directly. Nicole's parents shoot each other fuck me eyes. Nicole goes upstairs to her room just to say this.
I am the perfect little girl.
And then immediately leaves the home to go to Ricky's. Nicole gives Ricky the present, and Ricky then eviscerates the present and sees it's the video box he's always wanted. Nicole reveals that she believes in Santa because Santa made a mistake, and somehow there's 6 minutes left in this film. Oh, I remember why.
Jenna, I think I see something in the backyard.
That horse probably isn't well. It hasn't moved the entire time it's been on screen. Oh, hey, look, they turned you into a horse, buddy. I don't know how to explain the lore of this, but if you want to come up with anything, be my guest. If we come up with the lore that this man is sentient, that means I've been sitting on his lap this entire video, and I don't want to think about that at all. Everyone goes to Lene's house, and we get an amazing final scene.
Great grandma, you always know just what to say. Christmas.
The season is upon us.
Merry Christmas? Like, fuck this movie.
We all believe in Santa.
Remember what they took from you. Now this movie, to put it into a word, is an enigma. Like I said, no one remembers working on this movie, and those that do choose to live in the shadows out of fear that their name is attached to this. Rapsittie Street Kids is a beautiful piece of work that I've been holding on to for at least 6 years, and I think it's time we finally let Rapsittie rest.
Because we all believe in Santa, there will always be a Santa. Santa alive inside of me and you.
Was that too weird for a Christmas special? I don't care, I liked it. Now, before I do my silly little outro, a genuine thank you for all the support you've given me this year. Even though I might be a really small channel with a small following, I still really appreciate you all for tuning in. It means the world to me. It means the world to me that you guys seem to enjoy these videos, and I hope this counts as my Christmas gift to all of you. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas, the happiest of holidays, the Friday of Fridays, whatever it is you celebrate. Thank you all so much. I promise 2022 is going to be more eventful than this year was, because as I mentioned, I made only 12 videos this year. Sorry, but I have a good reason for why this year was scattered in uploads, because my debut album, Aphelion, is releasing next year. The first single for it, Turn to Dust, comes out New Year's Day, and you can pre-save it now via the top link in the description. I'm really happy with it. It's actually playing in the background right now, so if you dig it, pre-save it. I've put my all into this album, which is why uploads have been scarce here. I've already said this, but it's in the script. But I promise 2022 is going to be a much bigger year in both music and videos. Please go pre-save it. It would mean the world to me, because I've literally put my all in this album, and I don't want it to flop like my last 2 EPs. So, for the last time this year, thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button to help me in my quest to go from underrated to just rated. And don't forget to politely press that like button, as it's been obliterated too many times. There's going to be some videos that pop up by my head, because if you like this video, I'm sure you'll like those. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a great day, the happiest of holidays, and a happy new year. See ya. Okay, now that we're done recording,